Yo, 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 yo. It's your main man here. Double to the age, half to the hope. We're here for the lovely Friday night Q&A, man. The lovely Friday night Q&A, man. So this is your platform. This is your platform and your foundation to say what's up, to ride, and to do whatever needs be to say what's up. So look, man, Champions League is back next week or this coming week. We had what I thought was a fascinating and quite amazing opening Champions League week. I thought the opening Champions League was um, quite good, man. I thought it was actually amazing. I thought it was real amazing, man. I mean, we saw Klopp and Liverpool's players sort of maybe sour grapes. Mourinho being attacked. I was watching some ESPN FC. I mean, Mourinho's been under a lot of attack, man. I mean, geez. But I think all in all, it was actually a really good intro to the last 16, and I'm hoping that what we saw in that last 16 gets carried on into the Champions League games next week, because we have some huge games. Yeah, that Madrid-Man City game is insane. That Madrid-Man City game is insane. So, sorry guys, this is your platform. Send in your questions. I'm here to answer your questions. We'll be here for as long as need be. It's Friday night. And Fury versus Wilder. I know that this is a football channel and everything, but Fury versus Wilder is big, is huge, and cannot be sneezed upon. So let's ride through, man. Any updates on Ruben Loftus-Cheek injury status? I believe he's back in training. I believe Ruben Loftus-Cheek is back in training. I mean, if let's say he's fully fit right now, it would, even if you gave him a tune-up like second half against Tottenham on Saturday, it would be very risky to use him in the game in Stamford Bridge. But Chelsea are so desperate right now. There are so many key injuries. I would be tempted to throw him into the Tottenham game for sure, to tune him up, and then just throw him into that Bayern game as well. And I think Chelsea are definitely feeling the serious effects of Pulisic and Samir Ron being injured, because Pedro is done. You know, I told you, Pedro has not been relevant since 2011. Pedro has not been relevant since 2011. I told you, didn't want to listen to me. He's not been relevant since 2011. So, bro, see, that's why the movie show has taken the movie show, remember, the movie show on Half Hopes. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to Half Hopes, subscribe to Half Hopes right now. Have Hopes Hot. Search us up on YouTube. Subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subs. Subscribe right now. So the thing about it is that I have seen the new suit. That was right. The new picks. It's better than the pick that we got. Let's say that it's better than the pick that we got. The pick that we got, that reveal that looks a lot like Daredevil, had me feeling very, very sneaky. But remember, see, the key thing about it is behind the scenes photographs aren't the same as when you have proper cinematography, finishing, editing, color correction, and so forth. But from what we saw behind the scenes, amateur photo, it definitely looked a lot better than what we got revealed. I'm still not sold on the armor plating and everything, because I'm like, how would he fight? How will he move there and everything? And I think it's got some stuff in there. So I'm still a bit Red Devil Studio. Shout out RDS. Hopefully you'll be here on the hangout tomorrow. The open remember, guys, open hangouts is on Saturday, open for anybody. Just click the link on Twitter. So yeah, click the link on Twitter. The Saturday open hangout is there. And then of course on which is from 10 p.m. GMT, and then from 11 p.m. GMT on Sunday is the hangouts for the members. So Red Devil Studio, who says Fury or Wilder HH? Who takes it this time? Fury on points. Wilder will knock him down. Fury will just about beat the count. And Fury will outbox him, and Fury will outlast him and win on points. I don't think Fury will get screwed over again by the judges as he did before. I mean, a Wilder knockout would be crazy. And look, I'm rooting for Wilder. I'll keep it a start because I think boxing needs a knockout out, and I think when we had freaking the Tyson and so forth, I think boxing with knockout artists is key. So, but I'm going with a Fury on points. But I think Fury has a very specific game plan because he knows he's going to get rocked, but he's going to get back from it, man. So Harold Johnson, thank you for the super chat here, Mr. Harold Johnson. Thank you, bro. Thoughts on gambling on the Champions League? Well, you're speaking to the wrong guy. In regards to gambling, I put £5 on Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo, to be top scorer at the 06 World Cup. We also what happened, he turned up overweight and he wasn't the top scorer. So ever since then, I have not gambled. So I say only gamble if you can rig the results. Don't just gamble by just guessing. Then you're just wasting your money. Only gamble when you know that you can rig the results. That's the way that you should gamble. Oh, what the heck is going on? Sorry. All right. All right. Okay, I'm just going to close a few windows. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying, man. All the Arsenal haters, where are you all right now? So, because Arsenal defeated Olympiacos, the great, mighty Olympiacos, that's something. Now, congrats to Arsenal, man. Look, I give Arsenal all the credits in the world. Well done to Arsenal. I mean, good results, great results, and I think they're pretty much through because Olympiacos are not going to say what's up at the Emirates. So it's a great result. But I mean, that's Arsenal beating Olympiacos isn't shutting up any haters. Sorry, it just ends, man. But it's true. I mean, yeah, people are pretty split between Wild or Joshua. All I want is a great fight. I mean, the first fight was really good, though. The first fight was really good. So all I want is a great fight, man. Oh, did you guys hear what Trump said about Parasite? Trump is a troll, man. I don't know whether you guys think about what Trump said about Parasite. Primera Marmot, thank you for the super chat, dear sir. Primera Marmot says, thoughts on a Getafe smashing Ajax, 0 shots on target. Oh, let me check that because there's so many European League games you can hardly see. Oh wow! So Getafe won 2-0. Wait, isn't that Brazilian dude? Yeah, Kennedy. Oh wow! Ajax had 2 shots, none on target. So where are all of you guys saying that Ten Hag is like the new cool? Look, man, all that passy tiki-taka stuff, man, is irrelevant, bro. Come in, irrelevant. Says HH, if Neymar had Cristiano mentality and work ethic, he would be in the GOAT discussion. I don't think Neymar's issue is necessarily a work ethic thing. I don't think it's definitely a work ethic thing. I think the Neymar thing is a mentality thing. Neymar works hard. Of course, he works hard. It's a mentality thing. And I think that Neymar has to realize that you can't just sort of waltz and sleepwalk your way into a CL. That the CL that you won came through professionalism, because Luis Enrique had a very specific strategy where you fit and you had a role that you played really, really well. Now Neymar can actually have a free role and so forth and everything, but I think his mentality can be wrong, and I think it's about a balance. I do feel that you need to have a bit of arrogance. You need to have a bit of self belief and a bit of swagger within you, because I think that definitely can help to add and really improve your game, and maybe sometimes even play the villain. But at the same time, you have to also approach it in a very professional way. And my criticism of Neymar in that game is like, bro, you have to move the ball a lot quickly. You have to recycle the ball a lot quickly. You have to make decisions a lot quickly. You don't have to show off. I think Neymar was too desperate to say to guys that, yeah, I'm the best player on the pitch. I'm the most talented player on the pitch. We already know you're the most talented player on the pitch, but you don't need to hog the ball and take ill-advised dribbles to try and drive on the point that you're the best player on the pitch. Just play good, smart ball. Ogopa, man, thank you very much for your super chats, Mr. Ogopa. Thank you, bro, Mr. Ogopa. Your super chat is much obliged. Will buy me another glass of water. Bayern will complete the conquest of London 25th. Why are you guys hating? First of all, I never said anything about a hashtag. All right. So okay. So, and also there is a video on Twitter saying that I wanted Bayern. That's not me. I have an identical twin. Surprise, surprise. Shh, don't tell everybody. I have an identical twin. We look exactly the same. Exactly the same. So sometimes I allow my identical twins to do videos. So that's why I laugh. So basically, you guys can never tell, because my identical twin sounds like me, acts exactly like me, and so forth. Because whenever I'm ill, I allow my identical twin to do some bits. And yeah, he was the one that made up the hashtag. He was the one that said we are remembered and everything. It wasn't the real HH. It was my brother, who was my identical twin. So Bayern, will they complete the conquest of London 25th? Maybe. Maybe they will. But Ogopa, why do you want the conquest to be given? Why? Let's switch on you, Ogopa. Why are you so pessimistic? Okay, why are you being so pessimistic? All right. Shout out to man behind the mind, man. Football Hot member, the man behind the man, Football Hot member. Hopefully you're enjoying that beautiful content. Yeah, dig. HH, which team do you believe or hope to win the CL? Those are two questions. Who do I believe will win the CL? I think it might probably be Liverpool. I cannot look past Liverpool. Who do I hope to win the CL? Chelsea. I hope for Chelsea to win the CL, because I think if they do that, I think all will be right, and I think I will be vindicated. And it probably won't happen. And the only reason Chelsea will probably not win the CL is because if Chelsea win the CL, you're all screwed. Like you're literally all screwed. It would be the worst thing for all you guys in the live chat if Chelsea won the CL, because I'd be unbearable. Like if you think you hate me now, like you would despise me, because trust me, when I go in, oh my gosh, I go in. Okay, I can be exceedingly annoying. HH is bipolar. No, I don't. I'm not bipolar. I just have a twin. I just have a twin, man. Okay, now this is harsh, man. The real Champions League game starts next week. This week was trash, no cap. Now, you can't honestly tell me that a Dortmund PSG matchup is crap. Now, Atletico have been struggling, but they are still Champions League final. They're still two-time Champions League finalists, and they're playing against the defending champions. So you can't call that a trash lineup as well. So. And even if, like, let's say Atalanta and Valencia was obviously the sort of, quote-unquote weaker lineup, that produced the best game. That produced the best game. So Stoke weaker lineup actually produced the best game. And okay, that's even when we look at next week now. Is Juve Lyon a big game? I mean, what can Lyon say to Juve? Chelsea Bayern, we get it. We're in it. Napoli Barcelona, is that a big game? Really? Napoli, especially, and also remember, Napoli won't have Koulibaly, which is insane. So, but of course, Madrid, Man City, Chelsea, Bayern. So I get it, but I think that you're being a bit ingenuous, mate. Slightly a bit ingenuous, mate. Yeah. Wilder versus Fury, man, it's going to be big. But do you know how crazy this is? Basically, I'm in the office on Sunday. So literally, I will not be able to sleep before the game because I think the fight starts 5 a.m. GMT. The fight starts 5 a.m. GMT. So that's just insane. HH, what's your thoughts on Loftus Cheek being back for Spurs and Bayern? As I think we said this before, huge. And my thing about it is now only the medical staff will know how fit is he. But even if he's fully fit, he's not match fit. Things are so bad. Things are so bad right now, Mr. Stevie. If he has to feature in some way, shape, or form in that Bayern game, And I think that because Chelsea just need a spark. They need someone with a bit of spark. But my God, man, what an amazing time for Loftus-Cheek to come back. I just hope and I pray, guys, let's touch wood. Where's wood? Touch wood. That he doesn't get injured, that he doesn't get rushed back, and then the intensity on the game against Tottenham and against Bayern doesn't really injure him. But my God, it is critical. Loftus-Cheek is back because Kante's form has been going up and down. Jorginho's eye, Kovacic has been so holding that thing alone. But in terms of an attacking element, they're missing that. And I think Chelsea have hot because they've not had Pulisic and Tammy, and of course, Houghton or Odoi. So critical, very critical that they have that thing back, man. Oh, interesting. Watched the 1999 Champions League final. Beckham did nothing. I mean, I think all Beckham really did was he just swung in that cross for homeboy to score, man. And that's it. All right. It says, H, did you hear Saka can play for Niger? Oh, yeah. I mean, look, if he can, Nigeria should definitely now 100% go for him. And I think that it would be great for him to be part of this young renaissance because I mean Nigeria have a very cool, very interesting young team that I'm very excited about. I'm really excited about this really young team and what these young boys can do, man. So, yeah, man, Nigeria could 100%. Because again, but that's one of the things I say. Like, Nigeria, should they have gone harder for Alaba, or was he not really money when he was on the radar? Because he's another guy that could have played for Nigeria as well. So, oh sugar, Kante is out for 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, man. Liverpool are going through against Atletico guaranteed. Oh yeah, I mean, I see Liverpool have like a 92% chance of going through, man. So yeah, I mean, like, look, Atletico. I mean, they just made it a bit interesting, and that's all you hoped for. Because the worst thing that could have happened in this tie is if Liverpool won the tie, or if it was 1-1. If it was 1-1, or Liverpool beat Atletico at Wanda, then it's like, okay, the tie is finished. Liverpool can very easily shift 3 of 4 Gs. Juve, who are not an attacking team, especially under Allegri, shifted 3 Gs against them last season. Yeah, they all came from your boy Cristiano, but still shifted 3 Gs against them. And what's it called? And Benedeschi had an amazing game there. So Liverpool are going to go. I mean, I find it very hard. Atletico are going to stop Liverpool from scoring at Anfield for 90 minutes. I understand that Bayern did it last season. I understand that, and I get that. But remember, there's a different sense of urgency. When Bayern did that, it was the first leg. This is now the second leg at Anfield, and Liverpool are 1-0 down. So 100% from the very first minute, they're going to really intensely attack. And I just think eventually that red card will fall down. So yeah, I mean, I expect them to go through, man. Now this is interesting. And someone actually posted this to me. They tweeted this to me on Twitter. So Simeone hasn't lost a tie to a team that doesn't have Cristiano. That's interesting. So is this in total history? So all the times Atletico have gone out have either been to Real Madrid or Juventus. Are you sure about that? So 2014, yeah, they're beaten by Real Madrid. What happened in 2015? Because I know 2016 were beaten by Real Madrid. 2017, yeah, 2017, I believe they were beaten by Real Madrid again. I think that's when Benzema did that whole mazy run. 2018, I don't. Yeah, I mean, wait. Someone do a fact check there. But for me, that stats doesn't mean anything. There's a first for everything. So people are saying, oh, Simeone has never lost a tie to a team that doesn't have Cristiano. Liverpool doesn't have Cristiano, therefore he won't. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because we all know what Liverpool can do at Anfield, and we all know how they gave birth to Barcelona at Anfield last season. So, that doesn't make any sense. So look, but it is interesting though, because Liverpool are great and they're amazing, but Cristiano, the Liverpool don't have a Cristiano, like just a goal scoring phenom like that. They have amazing goal scorers, amazing goal scorers, but we just look at Cristiano's record, especially against Atletico. You know that he always brings the pain. Right, let's see what that. Okay, yeah. I think let's get some super chats up in there. Let's get some super chats up in there, dog. There we go. Thoughts if Liverpool lets Morata score at Anfield? If Liverpool lets Morata score at Anfield, I'll put them under review. If Liverpool lets Morata score the winning goal that knocks them out, I've got to induct the badge. Simple. If Morata scores, under review. Yeah, obviously, but under review for like a week. Even if they were under review for a week. If they let Morata score the winning goal, I've got to induct you, bro. I've got to induct you. Let's get the super chat in here from Mr. Ogopa. So Mr. Ogopa, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Ogopa. We lost to a prime Stoke with a bigger atmosphere. So you're saying that Stoke City have a bigger atmosphere than Atletico at the Wanda Metropolitano? Bro, come on, bro. Thank you, Mr. Jake, man. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you. Much appreciated, man. Who are those months who say that the EPL is trash? Raise your hands. Can you see? Hey, can you see hands raised? Or you want me to raise both hands? Both hands. Here we go. 22 points gap, bro. Look up the table. Guys are crazy, man. All right, let's see. Man, send in some interesting questions, guys. Send in some interesting questions, man. Where can we rank Ramos as the best defenders of all time? I wouldn't put Ramos as one of the greats of all time. I'll definitely put him as one of the best of his generation, 100%. Like when I think of the best defenders of all time, so you have Baresi, Maldini, Lam, Nesta, Cannavaro, Desailly, Thuram, those De Boer, those are the guys that say, okay, these are just amongst the elites and the greats. And I think Ramos is like a level down there. He's like just a level below, like that. Almost got Beckenbauer as well. That's just that top edge, and I think Ramos is a below. I can't put Ramos in that same category as a peak Baresi, peak Nesta, peak Cannavaro, peak Desailly, peak Thuram, pick De Boer, pick Lamb, pick Bart Simpson now. But of his generation and of his echelon, 100%, yeah, like he's. Cause look, I mean, first of all, the titles speak for itself. The clutch moment speaks for itself, and I always say, like, during that treble run, Ramos was very key. Ramos was very key to that treble run, man. Don't sleep on what Homie was doing. He was very, very key to that treble run that Real Madrid had, man. His play was superbly money, man. But it's not all about winning, though. It's not all about titles. I mean, beyond just the titles, his performance levels, the quality of his defending, was just on a whole other level, bro, whole other level. HH, is there finally a goal scoring decline stroke transition of Messi? He hasn't scored for 4 games straight. But look, I mean, you may call it a decline, or if you take a step back, look at the situation. Barcelona signed Braithwaite. Someone sent me on Twitter like footage of his reveal. Once I saw him try to do a skill and he miscontrolled the ball. I just scrolled away. I was like, okay, let's just scroll. Let's just keep. So, because I mean that's a discussion within itself, and maybe that's something we will actually talk about on Saturday's hangouts, which is that, first of all, should Barcelona even be allowed to buy a Braithwaite? I mean, just look at Braithwaite. I mean, I'm not hating for that guy. That is a dream come true for Braithwaite. It's a dream come true, but my lord. But my thing is, I look at the Messi situation right now. Because Messi knows that I can't just hide out in the penalty box. I can't just be part of a great front three where I had Henry and Etsu and I could rely on them, where I had Pedro and David Villa and I could rely on them, where I had the Cannibal and Neymar and I could rely on them. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that, And he knows that I have to play make. What's it called? Did he get like 3 assists or something the last game? He knows that if I don't play deeper and start providing or creating, we're probably not going to score. If I just hang up high and try and make runs and just stay in the final third, we probably won't score, because who is good enough or technical enough to supply the ball to me? No one is. So I wouldn't call it a decline. I would just say that he is having to now play much more the playmaking role. He's always played the playmaking role, but even more so now because they just don't have the talent around them, So, all right, what else are we doing here, man? Yeah, I know Oli Koulibaly is out for the first leg, man. I know. Bart Simpson was good, but not a great. Torres roasted him in the 08 Euro final. So all because, and also Torres didn't roast him. He just made a mistake because he just had a bad pass back and just misjudged Torres' run. So he's not a great, but he's arguably the best right back of all time. And he captained the side that won a treble and the World Cup, being one of the best players and one of the most important players in a treble winning team and in a World Cup winning team. But he's not a great. No, you're right. Lam isn't a great. He's a legend. so yeah, you're right. You are right. You are right there. No, I haven't seen the gentleman yet. Should I see it? Is there any point? HH, we want an emotional pre-match Chelsea v Bayern. Bro, I don't even know whether if Chelsea lose to Tottenham, is there any point in me doing a pre-match? Let's keep it real. Let's just keep it real. If Chelsea lose against Spurs, if Chelsea lose against Tottenham Spurs, against Mourinho's defensive ass, and no Kane, no Son, if Chelsea lose to those guys and they're at home, I don't know whether there's any point in doing a preview. I don't know whether there's any point in Chelsea even turning up. even turning up for the game on Wednesday. There would be no point. There'd be no point whatsoever, man. All right, I'm just taking around. Rank the top 5 leagues in the world. As of right now, I'll say Premier League, number 5. Number 4, probably Uber Eats. Probably Uber Eats. Number 3, Syria. Number 2, Bundesliga. Number 1, La Liga. As of right now. So yeah, that's how I would say. I'll still take Dani Alves over Bart Simpson. It depends what kind of team you have. It depends what kind of team you have. If you have a very attacking team and you want a team to be ultra attacking, Dani Alves is a better option. But if I'm building a team, like again, I'm going to release my greatest team ever. So this is just like my greatest team ever of all the great worlds, whatsoever. And for me, like I would always take a Bart Simpson because I think for me, Bart Simpson is so good defensively. He's so consistent and he is very effective and productive offensively. So put it this way, the balance of defense of attack that Bart Simpson has is better than Dani Alves. Dani Alves is incredible going forward, superb, one of the best right backs going forward ever. Defensively, he aight. Lam is excellent defensively and pretty good offensively. So when you just combine both aspects of defense and offense together, I just think Bart Simpson gives you a lot more bang for your buck, as they say. All right, let's see what I'm saying. So say, HH, have you seen Warner's comments on Liverpool? Thoughts of the deal if it happens? Yeah, I think I heard his deal. I think Werner said that he needs to get better, and I think he appreciates Liverpool and everything. He needs to get better. My thing is this, though. So before that penalty that he scored against Tottenham, Werner hadn't scored in, I think, 4 or 5 games. How good was Werner in the Bayern game? How good was Werner in the Bayern game? He missed an amazing chance. How good was Werner in the Tottenham game? He missed a great chance in the first half. So Liverpool are looking at it. Should you still take Werner? Is Werner really still that good? Or should it be a case of where wait, wait a little, see whether he can improve and get better now? Because I mean, if Werner plays now for Liverpool, now my thinking was that I don't think he fits into that front three. I don't think he would fit within the rhythm of the front three. But my thing about this is that maybe he can be a secondary option. Now, will he be able to be a secondary option? But on top of that, though, is that you have to now look at Klopp. Maybe Klopp is okay. Now, I like the foundation of what I have here. I'm going to take you and I'm going to not improve your game. I'm going to improve your game. I'm going to not take your game to the next level. And I'm just going to sort of alternate and just tweak and refine your game so you're a bit more money. So maybe that could be what he will do with Werner. But I just think that Werner was definitely hot property during the winter window, the first half of the season or so forth. But for the past 2-3 months or so, I think it's gotten a little bit cold. So I think for Werner, he's still a very good player, but I don't think he's really as top as people think. So I just think Liverpool should be just a bit wary about getting too excited about him, man. All right, let's see. City playing Leicester. All right, let's see. Opinion from Dragon Ball Super. Well, I am going to do a review of I watched Dragon Ball Super, the Broly movie, which I thought was really cool. So I'm going to do that for the Half Up channel. And I've began watching Dragon Ball Super on Crunchyroll. I've just started with the first episode. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited, So, because I think they have all the episodes on the Crunchyroll, but I've got to finish Demon Slayer first. So once I finish Demon Slayer, then I'm probably going to. No, actually, I think I'm probably going to watch Full Metal Alchemist. because it's on Netflix and people keep talking about that. So I want to watch Full Metal Alchemist, see what's up with that, then do a review on that, and then I can then write, man. Ivanovic over Dani Alves, bro. Don't smoke, man. So it says HH Madrid 2017 were too versatile. They can play many ways easily. Would beat Barca 09. I mean, look. So again, hopefully, hope you guys enjoyed it and you liked the football Barca that did it. I said, let me just change things a little. So I decided to bring in teams now and do team versus team for the whole football battle thing. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And my thing about it is that I do because I said, look, let me pick a Barca, a treble winning team. Because some people say that the Barca 2011 was better than the Barca 09. But I was like, you know what, let me just start with the Barca 09. But I think definitely a much better one would be the Madrid 17 against the Barca 2015. But the thing though is that if we do, because again, I don't want to give everything away. But if we do Real Madrid 2017 against the Barca 2015 treble winning team, 100% Barca win attack. 100%. So that's spoiler alert. Barca will win attack. 100%. They do. Apart from attack, what else? What other criteria would Barca 2015 win over Real Madrid 2017? Do they have better chemistry? Did they have better character? Actually, they win. So the two they win is attack and game winners. They'd win those. They would win those. So apart from that, apart from game winners and attack, what other criteria would they win over Real Madrid 2017? So it's one to think of. And I think, no, there are so many. I mean, I want to try and do Spain 2010, Germany 2014. Even if they didn't win the World Cup, I'll still say Brazil 98, France 2000, Brazil 1998, Italy 06, something like that. Portugal 2016, France 2000. See how they're rolling there. Nigeria 2013 Nations Cup against Brazil 1970. Oh, that would be funny, man. That would be funny. Have you ever been recognized outside of YouTube, like in public? Yeah. So I was recognized at one of my local gyms. I was recognized on the plane going to Nigeria. But the last time I was recognized, which was crazy. So I was in Nigeria for Christmas, and like my mom just loves taking us to all of these kinds of like events and everything and so forth. I think this must have actually been, it was on Christmas Day. So because me and my brother, we say to our mom, because obviously like there's like a Brazilian part of our family and everything, and our mom desperately wanted me and my brother to try and just see this Brazilian side of our family, because they just wanted to see us, because there's this whole family thing that people want to connect with guys who are related and everything. So that we'll go. So after we had Christmas, we then we drove to the whole Christmas place. So anyway, there, I'll just you meet with people, you talk to guys and everything, blah blah blah, and then I'll just start just to talk to this one guy. I was like, yeah, how you doing, blah blah. And he was like, yeah, I'm cool, blah blah. And then somehow the conversation just got onto YouTube for some strange reason. I don't know how it got this, but it just got onto on YouTube. And he then asked me, "Oh, what do you do?" I was like, "Well, like obviously I'm like a program editor for this news thing on one thing, but what I'm really into is I have like my football channel on YouTube and review films." That he said, "Wait a minute, are you Have Hope?" And I flipped. I was like, "What are the chances?" Just some dude that my mom introduced me to because of Family Against Family, that this dude watched my stuff. I was like, what the hell? So then I even told the guy's parents that, like, do you know how crazy this is? That what are the chances that this dude knows who the heck I am and everything? And I was like, oh wow. So we just started to talk about football and all that kind of stuff, because he's a Chelsea fan. So yeah, that was funny, man. That was a miss. But yeah, so yeah, a few times, man, a few times. All right, let me hit some of these super chats new. Let me hit some of these super chats new. All right. Bear with me, bear with me. Sorry. Ryan Giggs or Sadio Mane? Sadio Mane, because he can do more. Oh, Ryan Giggs was very good. Don't sleep on Giggs. Giggs was very good. But Sadio Mane is more unpredictable, and I think Sadio Mane has more tools in his arsenal. Ryan Giggs was, you knew what his MO was. And even if he was very good at what he did, so Giggs was like Robin, not to the same extent of a Robin, but similar, where he had a certain move and he knew what he was going to do, but he was always going to get his by that. But I just think that's just Mane. Mane is a guy who he can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play as a striker. He's good on his left, he's good on his right. He can dribble, he can create. He can go into the middle of the pitch. He's good in the air. He's good inside the box. He's far more dynamic, far more useful. Is far more multi-skilled and can affect the game in more areas of the pitch than Giggs. The only way Giggs could affect the game was on the wing. Mane can affect the game in the penalty box, as the penalty box, left side, right side, through in the middle. So for me, Mane. Just a super chat here. So from Sturkey, thank you very much, dear sir, for your super chat, Mr. Sturkey. Are you still shocked when Germany baptized Brazil in the World Cup? Bro. I mean, we may have to do like a retrospective on that. Just a look back on that, because I still remember when it happened. And you know, because I always say this to people, and they're just crazy things that I remember. I remember when I remember when they came out the tunnel, and when Brazil put up Neymar's shirt, I was like, you know, I was like, I never knew that what was going to happen. But when they put on Neymar's shirt, I was like, do you really want that psychology going into a World Cup game? This is a young dude, and so forth and everything. But do you really want that? Like, remember what happened with Brazil in 1998? I think Ronaldo was even younger. Ronaldo was 21 in 98. And the team crumbled when they thought that when Ronaldo had the whole seizure and he wasn't at his best. So I was like, do you want that? I mean, you have to believe in the rest of the team. And I don't know how many people, I think I'm the only guy that may have noticed this. I mean, the only guy that I noticed this. Before kickoff, there was like the camera just like panned up. So the camera was sort of like panning down. And you saw like, and it's focused on Schweinsteiger. This was just before kickoff. I just saw Schweinsteiger go like, so like he was really reveling in the moment. I just saw him go like smiling. I was like, okay. You know, and it's like, basically when Germany scored first, I was like, oh, wow, okay, damn, we're now in. Now when they scored the second one, I was like, all right, damn, this is not a good start, man. This is not a good start at all. This is not a good start. Then I think when the third or the fourth went in, I left the room. Like I'm one of those guys that when there's something really embarrassing happens, I can't watch. So whenever like you're on the train or in the streets or in a shop and somebody like does impromptu singing, I find that stuff extremely embarrassing. So I just sort of just try to hide and everything. I hate really cringy, embarrassing stuff, man. So at 3 or 4, like I just felt embarrassed. I'm thousands of miles away from Brazil, Rio, wherever they played, and I was like, oh God, you know, because I was like, this is Germany. Like this isn't Italy or Spain or something. This is Germany. They'll keep going. You know, for Germany, they'll keep going. And I think that was what I think it was Matt Hummels or Bart Simpson that said it at halftime, because they're saying to themselves, okay, we're 5-0. It's really crazy. So they say, okay, we're 5-0 at halftime. So Germany were like, because again, maybe I ask you guys, so would it be more sportsman and more respectful to for you to sub guys off and say, okay, no, take it easy? Or would the more respectful thing to be keep playing? The more respectful thing to be, as bad as it may sound, is you keep playing. This is a World Cup game. It's a World Cup game. And there are Germans who spend crazy amounts of money going all the way to try and watch their country play. And to now sort of now play a bit halfway because you're 5-0. No. You play until you play and just play naturally unhinged until the very end. So 100%, it's the craziest moment in football, one of the craziest sports moments of all time. 100%. Yeah, it is one of the, like, I put that in terms of shock, I put that on the same level as, was it Tyson biting Holyfield's ear, Ali beating Foreman, what other crazy ones are there? I'm sorry, I'm missing another crazy sporting moment. Like that's Kyrie shot. Basically, Cavaliers coming back from 3-1 down against the Warriors. Like but even like, this is Brazil on their home ground, guys. I'm going to put out a tweet. I want to put out a tweet as a poll. I'm going to argue, not because I'm being biased because it's football. I'm going to argue that is the most shocking sporting moment of all time. It's an argument. It's an argument, man. Thank you, Zidane's headbutt. I knew I was missing some stuff. I was missing some stuff. I mean, for me, see, the Istanbul thing isn't shocking. It isn't like, oh, it's a shock. It's like, no, it's a comeback. It's a comeback. See, Zidane's headbutt, shocking, 100%. But Brazil Germany was more shocking. It was more shocking. But yeah, Zidane's headbutt, that's in there as well. But see, that's what I'm saying. What is the craziest sports moment of all? Like, even if I didn't watch it live, I don't even know why I didn't watch it live. Even if I didn't watch it live, the Tyson Holyfield thing is crazy. Like him biting his ear up, that is crazy. That is crazy. But I swear, the most space, is there a sports moment where someone got stabbed or shot or something? I swear there's like maybe a tennis game or something where someone tried to stab a dude or something. You know? That's the thing. You see, yeah, that's you get miracle more than a shock. Like a shock is like, oh, what the hell? Like, guys, that Brazil Germany thing, but it is. Actually, let me ask you this: where were you guys in that Brazil Germany thing? Because I know, look, I was at the crib and I was going in and out of my living room, and I was literally walking around the house. So, what were you guys doing, and how did you react to it? Doing the whole thing, man. Did I miss super chat? Oh, sugar. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Let me hit these super chats. Let me hit the super chats. J Football Live. Thank you for the super chat, dear sir. Pick Cristiano and Diego. Pick R9 and Messi partnership. That's real good. That's real good because with Pick Cristiano and Diego, Maradona knows that all I have to do is just play the ball to this dude. And remember, this is Pick Cristiano with his speed and acceleration. Give the ball to this dude, and this guy is just going to score. Pick R9 and Messi. That's hell on earth. You know, I'm going to have to go with Pick R9 and Messi because you're facing you're basically facing everything. You're facing playmaking, creativity, dribbling, strength, speed, pace, strength, footballing, intelligence, technique. Pick R9 and Messi would just be hell. That would be hell on earth. That partnership would be hell on earth. You know, because think about Cristiano and Diego. I don't think they would work as a partnership. I think they would work best as a 4-3-1-2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, then work best as a 4-3-1-2, and Maradona be behind a Cristiano on the left and a Thingy on the right. But an R9 and a Messi thing. Remember, R9 could say what's up by himself. So an R9 and a Messi, they could work well as two strikers, or as Messi just restricts behind the R9. So no. I think I think I'm gonna roll with that one. So just say thank you, Ogopa. Thank you. HH, I lost patience with Salah. I want him sold. Wow. I think we had this discussion maybe before. And even if he had a bit of a sketchy game, let's just be real, he had a sketchy game against Dortmund, but there's still the second leg to come. I think I remember the whole thing of like, okay, Liverpool want to get Mbappe. Oh my gosh, who do you replace Mbappe with when, there's Mane, there's Firmino, there's Salah. Then a lot of Liverpool fans were saying Salah, like they'd actually be happy for Salah to go. I mean, look, the guy scores a lot of goals, man. He misses a lot, lots of ill-advised shots and so forth. I even want to go to who scored and see how many. Actually, let me even go right now. I'll just see how many shots does he take. Mohamed Salah, who scored? I'll just see how many shots he takes. So, clap. So in the Premier League, he takes shots per game 3.9, and in the Champions League 4.1. So he has 4 goals in the Champions League in 7 games, 4.1 shots per game, 14 goals, 23 appearances, shots per game 3.9. So if you go to Mane, look at that. So Mane, 21 appearances, 12 Gs, and shots per game 2.3. 2 goals, 6 appearances, Champions League, shots per game 1.9. What's Firmino doing? Where's Firmino? Where's that Brazilian flag? There you go. And Firmino, yeah, he doesn't really have. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Firmino, so 24 appearances, 8 goals. Wow, 7 assists. Shots per game 3. So yeah, look, I mean, but look, the guy scores a lot of goals, man. When you're scoring those amounts of goals, man, I mean, it's it's hard to sell that. So if Mbappe was gonna come in, man, is he gonna be able to shift in the goals that Salah scores? That's the thing. Let's look at the thing. Since Salah offers very little in terms of build-up play, yeah, but he finishes. Every player has a role in their team. Liverpool have money to build up. Firmino does the build-up crazily well. Fabinho is really good as a deep line playmaker. So, and it's very good to have guys with playing roles. And Salah's role is finish. The only thing I'll say to Salah is that, sometimes the best decision is to play the pass to Firmino, play the pass to Mane. But when you have a guy that is so good at finishing, you just have to tell your guy that Firmino, find him. Because if Salah finds space, the guy's shooting accuracy is very damn good. So not everybody. You don't need everybody in your team to be amazing at build-up play and amazing at finishing. Okay, so this guy's good at build-up play. This guy's good at finishing. This guy's good at stopping play. This guy's good at long-range passes, short-range passes. The more specialists you have at specific things in your team, the better your team gonna be. Better your team gonna be. What's interesting? Bergkamp and Henry versus Cole and York. That's tough. That is tough. Because Cole and New York, I think, had better chemistry. They had much better chemistry. But Bergkamp and Henry were better players. So basically, put it this way: Beckham and Henry, they're better players. I think Cole and York was a better partnership. So if you understand by what I'm saying, I think Cole and York's chemistry as a partnership, being on the same wavelength, was better than Beckham and Henry. But Beckham and Henry. So Beckham could do something incredible in a game that Cole and York couldn't do. Henry, on multiple occasions, will do some of the most outstanding things in a game that Cole and York could never do. So, I mean, who would I rather have? Beckham and Henry. Because I know that in a tight game, in a game that we're not playing well, and Beckham or Henry could not come with something out of the ordinary to help me win the game. So, all right, let's see what I'm gonna say, man. I think that's going to be another football battle that I'm going to be thinking about. Badge against Del Piero. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Badge against Del Piero. All right. Say shout out to Football Hot member Erhan Aksu, man. Shout out to Football Hot member Erhan Aksu. Cole and York are the most underrated strike force in Premier League history. Were they underrated? I don't think they were underrated. I think people that first of all, I don't think people talk about partnerships now because remember, we have left partnerships a long time ago. Like the days of, Del Piero, Trezeguet, flipping, what's it called? Crespo, Chiesa, Cole, York, what's it called? Romario, Ronaldo, Clivets, Rivaldo. Like those days have gone because we're now living in the era of the lone striker and the inside force. So the inside force are the new strikers now, and I think the only strike partnership that exists in the world right now is Lautaro Martinez and Lukaku, and they're not going to stiff some of the best. But I think at the time people knew that you can call these guys were crazy. I can't remember who it was against. I don't know whether there are any United fans here. There was one goal they scored in the Champions League. I think it was a knockout game where literally they did one touch all the way until they scored. So it was like touch, goal. I was like, my God, that's just amazing. That is just the very essence of a strike partnership, man. Can you do a video on Heinkes' trouble-winning team versus? Yeah, look, man, they're all going to be coming through, man. They're all going to be coming through. Because remember, I mean, for Horseman members, we'll get some exclusive battles as well. Because I think because I did the Arsenal Invincibles against the Man City 2018 team, but that's a Horseman exclusive. But yeah, I think that's probably one that I've got to give it to the YouTube boys, but which is because that has to be done. Ban 20. I mean, for the culture, ban 2013 versus Barca 2015. And then when I'm thinking of the criteria, that would be intriguing. That would be intriguing, but 4-3-3 better than 4-4-2. Oh yeah. Like I told you, in Football Manager, I never ever use 4-4-2. Like I hate I rarely use wingers when I play Football Manager. I always use a playmaker, and I always try and use three strikers. Like for me, even if I wasn't a fan of tiki taka and so forth, the idea of Barcelona and how they play is how I'd want my team to play. Like I would want my team to play through the middle. And the whole idea of we create our chances through balls, I just prefer that as opposed to I'm going to give the ball to a winger who's hundreds of yards away from the penalty box and is just going to cross the ball in, because now you're just playing the numbers game. How many crosses do you see? How many good quality crosses actually gets put through? And when you're putting the crosses inside the box, you're playing in a numbers game because you're going up against far more bodies of the opposition team inside that box. But if we go through the middle, first of all, we are much closer to the goal as well. And it is far more dangerous because how can I best explain it? So, all right, look. So, so let's say this is the penalty box. This is the penalty box here. So if you have wingers, the ball is coming from out from here. Yes, there's more space here, but you're supplying balls from out from here, so it's going to be much more difficult to get shots on goal and far easier to defend. But if let's say this is the penalty box and you're now supplying balls from here, look at that. It's now coming in a shorter distance and it is far more dangerous based on just how much closer you are to the target of this being the goal. So I've always felt that because 4-4-2 was great in the 90s, and 4-4-2 was great in the 90s because there were more strikers, so you could have more strike partnerships, and there were more wingers who were really good at wing play. Figo, Finidi George, Ryan Giggs, so forth. But I think that once there were more technical players, and I think once the midfielder evolved, the big thing was the evolution of the midfielder and so forth. That's where everything changed, because I think a big change is the midfielder being now more multifaceted. A midfielder is now getting 14, 15, 16 goals, 20, 20 goals. Back in the 90s, in the 80s, if midfielder getting double figures was great. Everything was on your striker. Your striker was what, your strikers. Very few teams played 4-5-1. Very few teams played 4-5-1. It was really 3-5-2. Back in the day, it was 4-4-2, 3-5-2, rarely 4-3-3. It was really 4-4-2 done by most teams, or 3-5-2 done by the Italian teams who were confident by playing the back three, man. But that's why it's going to evolve. Like, I think, and if we begin to say, like, defenders now, we're now seeing a lot more ball playing the defenders happening in right now. So, but what I think happens, because people say, okay, what will the next evolution be? I think there's going to be a throwback to the striker. And maybe we're not going to see the evolution of the striker. I think in Erling Haaland, maybe that is a harkening back to, bro, let's just get this ball to homeboy, and let him ride, man. Okay. All right. I think there's a few super chats here. Let me hit some super chats. Man behind the man, thank you very much for your super chat, dear sir. What if we see Real Madrid, aka Zad, versus Chelsea? Bro, let Chelsea sort out Bayern Munich first before. I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not going to entertain that notion. Let Chelsea deal with Bayern Munich first before I even entertain this notion. So please, now let them deal with them first, please. S1, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. What's up, baby? Why does Piers Morgan hate Messi so much? Because Piers Morgan is a prick. Piers Morgan is an attention-seeking prick. 100%. He's an attention-seeking prick. Holland. Oh wow, it's called Holland. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Holland. I didn't really know about that. I can't even press that link, bro. Says, are you a fan of three at the back? No, I'm not a fan of three at the back, but it depends though. So I am more of a fan of 3-4-3 than 3-5-2. I think in 3-4-3, really, when you're defending, you have five guys. So those your wing backs are very flexible. So it's similar to what Conte did with Chelsea. But I do like having a back four. Just having that as a basis, as a back four, I like that. So just having that, that's your left back, that's your right back, and they just marshal that flank. So I just think having a back four is a very good, strong foundation to build off of, man. Okay. Yeah, maybe I set up our own football channel for the bands. Anyone? Okay, yeah, man. So obviously, people give your boy Airhand your support there, man. Bigging up my people in there. I will try and sub. Just send me a tweet or something, Airhand, and then I'll sub you guys, man, and I'll retweet it. Says HH, our defense is still shaky, but Liver and Gnabry are gearing up at the right time. So Kepa may be traumatized permanently after February 25th. Homie, Kepa ain't playing. That's the first thing. And I'm trying to work out a deal of signing an emergency keeper. So whether it's be Oblak, Stegen, Allison, or something, I'm just trying to work out with you for that. Look, bro, just for these 2 games, just for these 2 games, man. Let's just get through these 2 games. Just give us an emergency keeper for these 2 games in school. Kepa ain't sniffing that pitch, and I just don't trust Caballero. I mean, Caballero was fine. He's actually been a bit more solid. And the goals that he's considered have not really been as obvious and as bad as Kepa, but still, bro. I mean, nah. All right, I think we got another super chat here, bro. Thoughts on Dortmund's scouting consistency? Well, it's not been as good as it was back in the day. Like how Klopp found Lewandowski, Götze, and just so many of those players are like, man, it's flipping amazing how Klopp found those guys. So I think Dortmund have been able to find very talented young players, and so forth. I think their scouting is, what? I don't think their scouting is the issue. I've not seen many bricks. Okay, I can't just a bit, but there've not been many bricks that I've seen from Dortmund. I think even that kid, Claudio Reina's son, Giovanni Reina, he already looks good. He already looks, oh wow, this guy can carry the ball really well. I like his balance on the ball, his movements with the ball. Oh, he's got a very good body motion when going with the ball. The issue is Favre. Now, we saw the best of Favre against PSG, but when you have young guys, the key thing is management and coaching. If they are managed well and they're coached well, it's all right. It's all right, man. So that's my thing, man. Yeah, man. Zad has to say what's up, man. Zad needs to say what's up. Okay, I see what you guys are also saying, man. HH, what is it about the British media and pundits? They're so weird with British players like their children. No, for me, I think the thing about England, what I understand about England is like, they're very proud. English people are very proud, and I get it, the British Empire owned most of the world. We all speak English and so forth. But always say about that is that this isn't the 1700s anymore. It's 2020. And in 2020, there is no such thing as the British Empire. There's no such thing as an empire in 2020, bro. It's different. It's hip hop, rap, Kendrick Lamar. It's a whole new brave world now. And I just do think that English media and pundits, they are doing a disservice to their players, because again, in the case of a Harry Kane, you're just overhyping him. Harry Kane is a great goal scorer, but you're overhyping him, and they did the same thing with Rooney. White Pele, what the heck? Rooney, quality player and everything. Let him prove himself. Harry Kane, quality player. Let him prove himself. Harry Kane has yet to do something exceptional in a Euro game, in a World Cup game, in a Champions League game, and I'm talking about a CL fan, like something truly critical. So, but it's like the English media will just pick someone and that'll be the hero. And what they do is that they lift you up and they love breaking you down. Look at what they did to Beckham. I remember what's it called that season, the World Cup in '98 when he kicked out on Simeone. There were effigies, pictures of him being hanged and everything, and the media fueled that. So the media, in their stupidity, said, Bex, you're the reason that we got knocked out. Well, Paulins missed a penalty. David Batty missed a penalty. Maybe that was also the reason as well, because 11v11, would you have beaten Argentina 11v11? Are you sure? So yeah, I mean, but look, the Englishmen, they are one of the worst. They are one of the worst. Like that's why I don't understand anybody that reads the Sun. The Sun is gutter trash. It's gutter trash. But you have to understand that 99% of the people in the world are just sheep. They want the new phone. They want to read heat. They believe a story without research, without thinking, because most people are just sheep. They say, okay, wait, what's cool? Let's follow. The 1%, which I'm hoping most of you guys are. We, the 1%, we actually take a step back and be like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me actually think critically about this. Is this true and everything? Well, I don't have to be led by the media and everything, but most guys are not like us, man. Most guys are just like, yeah. Super here from Natsa. They will call Kane they will call Kane world class, but not Immobile. So biased. Yeah, no, for me, I mean, it's like, I get it. And it is good to ride and cape for your country, but guys, you sit with me with Nigeria, man. Whenever with the Super Eagles, nobody can escape criticism. If you're trash, you're trash. If you don't shop, you don't shop. But England love having heroes, and they love pumping up heroes. Like these guys, they pumped the hell up for Gerrard and Lampard. I said, Gerrard Lampard, what the hell did these guys do? This guys flopped in multiple World Cups and multiple Euros. And I'm like, guys, it's like rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Like, yeah, Harry Kane was great in the group stages of the World Cup, but when it came to that critical game against Croatia, he missed that critical chance. That was a huge chance that he missed. But they were like, no, Harry Kane, no, Captain Kane. And look, man, it is what it is, man. But I think but look, you have to understand, like, English people are extremely arrogant. Now, not at all though. It's basically in England, you could either meet some of the. In England, it's like this. You'll either meet some of the most sensible people, the most sensible people in the world are some English people. There are some English guys you'll meet, but these guys, just based on common sense and just pure raw intelligence, are some English people. And there's some other English people you'll meet that are probably the most rude, disrespectful, arrogant, and just bad-mannered people that you'll ever meet in your life. So there's that. Yin and yang, man. You see now, this is an example of a club merchants, man. This is an example of a club merchants. England, see. Now that's a tough one for me. England's most naturally talented player ever is Joe Cole. England's best ever player. You see, like I don't really know much about the 66 guys, really. So people say, okay, but for me, man, if I had to just pick one, England's just their best player. Guys, man, Shearer was on one. Shearer was a serious player. Like for me, Shearer was a serious player. George Best was from Ireland, bro. George Best was Irish. He wasn't English. But for me, I'd probably say Shearer. I'll probably possibly say Shearer, man. All right, let's see. What do you think of Barcelona's new signing? They needed so Barcelona signed a striker from a team in the relegation zone with, I believe, who scored 8 goals. Because I was watching ESPN FC, and I think Craig Bolly said that Leganes are a team where they've got 8 goals in total. 8 goals in total. I mean, that's just deep, man. That's just deep. Guys, come on, let me just grab some water around the back. Grab some water. Man. But yeah, I mean, let's see how it does. I mean, don't judge first. I mean, on the face of it, it's a brick signing. Like on the face of it, it's a full-on brick signing, 100%. Like a team of Barcelona's standing, signing a guy like Braithwaite, a guy from Leganes. Like, is there any scenario whatsoever in a normal transfer window, Barcelona sign a player from Leganes? Anyone? That's the key thing. It just shows you how desperate they are. You know, it shows you how desperate they are. That's what they really went ahead and signed a guy from flipping Leganes, man. Now that's an interesting one, man. Do you think an African team will win a World Cup in your lifetime? Doubtful. Possible, but doubtful. Because a lot of African talents, based on the poor structural issues in African countries and so forth, will want to now go to Europe. And you cannot be begrudging to the parents. Look, man, we can go to a Spain, a Portugal, and so forth. Better facilities, better coaching, a better way of a life. You know, we can live better and so forth. And once you've been living in a country for so long and you're ingrained to their culture and so forth, they're like, you're no more really connected back to a country that you left when you were what, three or four, and your parents can just force you to be like, oh no, you must play for this country. No. I'm an adult. I can choose what I'm going to play for. Case in points, Ansu Fati. You know, for Ansu Fati, I've lived in Spain for so long, ingratiated to the culture as well, feel more connected to this whole Spanish culture. It just makes more sense for me to play for Spain than I do for this other team. Mario Balotelli. I've lived in Italy all this time. This family that took me and gave me their name and so forth. I just feel much more ingratiated to the Italian culture than I do with Ghana. Although, would they call you a black bastard in Ghana? I'm just wondering. But so because of that, though, I think it's going to be hard. You know, because at the end of the day, you need talent and you need personnel. I mean, look at the French team. It's full of Africans. You know, it's full of Africans. So because of that, Africa losing a lot of their talent based on them not being able to hold on to them through to a lack of resources, coaching, and so forth, organization. Yeah, it's going to be very, very, very hard to see an African team win something like a World Cup, you know, in my lifetime, you know. Like the best chance for me of an African team winning it was that 94 World Cup. That 94 or the 98 World Cup, because again, I'm not being biased. I just think like that's people even talk about that Nigerian team now. That Nigerian team was they were those dudes, you know, because the way they were playing, the things that they could do was like wow. And so many guys, even the Italians, talk about that Nigerian team. So many team players that played them were like, man, those guys were talented, man. Just from an individual basis and just from national talents, were like wow. So yeah, man. That's the reality. HH, do you believe the media will compare Lampard with Mourinho in terms of career achievements if Lampard wins tomorrow? If they did, they'd be stupid. Because even if Lampard beats him tomorrow, does Lampard have a Champions League win? Has Lampard actually won a trophy? So if they did that, that would just be stupid because I mean, Lampard doesn't even touch an iota of what your boy Mourinho has done, man. So no way, man. Gosh. Yeah, look, man. Again, this whole I know guys talk about this whole rape case with Balotelli. What the hell can I say? I don't know the facts. I don't know the details. I've not read the transcripts, so I cannot comment. But all I'll say is this, though. because I know that we're living in the hashtag Me Too era. All an accusation isn't an indictment. It's like that's very, very insensitive woman, Gail King, bringing up the Kobe rape case. All because you're accused doesn't mean you're guilty. you know, people are now saying like, "Oh my gosh, like you were accused of rape, therefore you're a rapist, therefore you're a bad person." No, no, I got accused. Women lied too. So the thing about this is that he's been accused. We just have to just see where the evidence lies, and that really is all that can be said, bro. Um, oh, this is Behar. HH, I'm gonna come to your house and snap all your shades in half. That'll be quite harsh. If you did that, I'd have to snap you in half. You know, I'd have to snap you in half. And so, um, don't do that. Don't do that. The shades ain't coming off, bro. The shades because he going in doing crap. Okay, he going in he going is trash, bro. Okay, he going is trash. So, cause I said that if he going scores the Champions League winning goal, then I'll take off my shades. That's the if he scores the Champions League winning goal, I'll take off my flipping shades. So Nigeria could have won the 94. Yeah, look, Nigeria had a great chance. And it's so crazy. If Sunday Olise had just stretched his leg out an inch more to block Badger's pass, who knows? Because if Nigeria had beaten Italy, which they should have, they were winning 1-0 with like about a few minutes to go, and if they were down to 10 minutes because Zola was sent off, then I think they'd have played Bulgaria, who they'd already beaten 3-0 in the groups. And I think if Nigeria played Brazil in the final, who knows where that could have gone. That could have gone either way. And that would have been a crazy final. But it is what it is, man. Hashtag Mensu. Yeah, look, man, I ain't saying nothing, man. So, what tribe from Nigeria are you from? Igbo. Okay. So, I am Isha. So, my dad is from Benin, well, from Igwebe. So I'm Isha. So you're always from where your dad is from, but my mom is from Delta State, from Ishakiri. So Shakiri from my mom's side, Ishan from my dad's side in Igwebe, and I think and basically in Nigeria, wherever your dad is from, is where you're from. But the thing though is that because I normally live in Lagos mainly, the two main languages spoken in Lagos are Yoruba and English, and basically I only know a few words in Yoruba because obviously we had to learn Yoruba in school because remember I went to nursery school and primary school in Nigeria and I then left for 2 years in Geneva, then I then came to England. Obviously in Nigeria, so obviously we had to learn Yoruba, but like I just couldn't grasp it, so I just know the basics like Ekaro, Ekaso, Eloni, Kilode, Kiloshe, Ekrole, and all that kind of stuff. Ekason. But yeah, I mean, like in Lagos, you don't have to know Yoruba, but it helps. It's like they say, like in LA, you don't have to know Spanish, but knowing Spanish in LA does help. So you don't have to know Yoruba, but if you know Yoruba in Lagos, it does help. It does help. To do things, and it's always like, and I've never really understood the whole notion of like, no, French is a beautiful language, like Italian is like a beautiful language. Like what? Like I think Yoruba is the way it's spoken, especially when guys are passionate and arrogant. I think Yoruba is a great language. And I even said so to my mom because my mom reads, writes, talks Yoruba fluently, and I said to my mom, "Look, man, I want to now learn Yoruba and everything." So just there's just not enough time, but I want to actually have a thing. I'm not fully actually learning it properly and everything, So, it was sorry. Yeah, you can get Malta Guinness outside of Nigeria. You just need to find the right shops. You need to most, if you can find an African shop, they do it. Most of this like markets, places, and so forth, they do it, but it's just that it's hard to find. It is hard to find, but you can. I have seen Malta Guinness around. I've seen Malta Guinness around, but just it's hard to, like in Nigeria, it's easy, but you can definitely find it. And look, man, shout out to Super Maltman. I still love my Super Malt. I still respect and have all the respect in the world for Super Malt. But I just think like a cold Malta Guinness, man, it's which one? Oh wow, hey. So we're from the same area, man, Benin, man. So sure, man, yeah. I said, well, my dad is from Igwebe. So and I have been to Benin a few times. I've been to Benin a few times, so it's a time, man. So Turkish is a beautiful language. There are a few like it and it's efficient because it's agglutinative. Oh yeah, I mean, I so basically one of my good friends, he's got an element of Turkish in him. So sometimes whenever we go for like Lebanese meals or something, so I do hear a bit of it here and everything. So, but what I will say though is that the woman in Turkey, man, I mean, it's like whenever you get to that whole kind of area, and because I think because Turkey is interesting because I think they said that it's literally, I think it is the only country where it is literally split. So there is one half that is in Asia and one half that is in Europe. And I don't know, and I think that you can actually go to an area where there's a directly where this side is European, this side is in Asia. Um, and everything, So, but yeah, I mean, like the woman in Turkey, yeah, man, fire, man, the fire dog. Um, wow, yeah, man, that's a new word. I got argumentative, man. What up? All right, so what I was saying, man. Ah. My lips are sealed. My lips are completely sealed, man. My lips are completely sealed, man. Um, my lips are completely and utterly sealed, man. Oh wow! So basically, I think the chat has now taken an interesting turn now, man. Let's see. So remember when people thought the biggest problem at Barcelona was Ernesto Valverde? I never thought it was, man. And I always said that Valverde should have taken some blame. The amount of blame that he was given was way too much, man. It was way too much, man. The kind of blame that he was given was way too much. And I just think that there are much bigger issues in there are way more bigger issues at Barcelona than just Valverde. Is Bartomeu the right dude? Is Abidal the right dude? Is Messi having to do too much? Do some players have far too much power? Do some players just need to be taken out? Um, that's the thing. Also, of course, I read books, man. I mean, obviously, I'm much more of a movie watcher, and I prefer reading graphic novels to books. Because obviously, like I'm not really a heavy book reader. Like I just like graphic novels one because you have like the nice pictures and then the words and everything there. So, but yeah, like I said, like for me, one of the best books I've ever read is the Prince by Machiavelli. 100%. If you can find that, The Prince by Machiavelli, 100%. One of the best books you will read. Um, Football books. I can't remember what it was. There is a book about the Dutch team, and I think about Cruyff's Dutch team. And I read this when I was like, when I was how old? When I was about 14. No. I read this when I was 12 or 13. And there's this book, and I think it's orange, and it was basically about the total football system that Cruyff had, and just went into the detail and the psychology of that way of playing. So that's a really good book. I mean, Pirlo's autobiography is really good, because it's really funny, it's really insightful, and yeah, it's just very interesting, just getting into the head of just like a genius like a Pirlo. So Pirlo's autobiography was good as well, man. So now this is something I need to do more. I've only been to the airports in Ghana. I think we've driven through either Ivory Coast or Benin. So might have driven through Benin or Ivory Coast when I was young. And I remember just being in the airports in Accra before we went somewhere. And Uganda. Just I was very young, so I don't remember. So I think when I was really, really, really young, we did go to Uganda because my grandfather, had ties there in Uganda. But I definitely want to go to more African countries. And look, I need to go to more countries. So I've been to Uganda, Ghana, obviously Nigeria, England, Atlanta in America, lived in Geneva, Switzerland for 2 years, been to Japan. I think I've been to Germany, France. And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, definitely one of the best goals. One of the best places that I've been to is Japan, man. Japan is flipping insane, man. Japan is flipping insane, man. But yeah, I've heard some great things about Ghana, man. I've heard some great things about Ghana. Oh no! I mean, I can't speak German. All I know in German is Guten Tag and everything. French, I can sort of get by. Je parle petit peu français parce que j'habite en Genève pour 2 heures. J'étais j'étais 11 ans. J'habite avec les amis de how do you say father? My father. So basically, I can sort of get, but comme ci, comme ça, combien ça coûte, bouton, merde, So just broken down, man. But one thing that you find, and I think this is what my aunt told me, is that Yoruba speakers can pronounce French words a lot better, but Yoruba speakers find it very hard to speak really good English. Same way as what was it called? So same way as how French people find it very hard to really speak really good English and speak it very well, because the tonations in French are very similar to the tonations in Yoruba. So you see now Spanish, I learned Spanish for 2 years and I found that a lot easier than French. So me llamo Hafop. Vivo en Londres por 11 años. What's a bit? Yeah, so yeah, I mean, what was it? Yeah. Hablo un muy pequeño español. And there we have it, man. There we have it. But yeah, I mean, Spanish. No, I think basically when you say hablo, that's like I speak. So hablas, you speak. Habla is speak. So I don't think there's a word for I. Or you could still say me gusto, because I think I like or something. So Um, no, 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 no. The languages are cool, man. But it's like I'm not really. I think that there are people who like my sister is very good at mastering languages, but I was never really that cool at great at mastering languages. But basically, Spanish is a really easy language to learn. It's a really easy language to learn. French is really hard. French is a really hard language to learn, man. Um, French is really hard. Um, oh yeah, I mean yeah. I mean like look, I mean pidgin is assuming my pidgin is influenced, but I can just basically I just do like broken, very side pidgin, you know. Wait till they talk. If they come carry face, if they come carry come on for road, Jerry. Look him out. Long throats. So but yeah, man, yeah, I mean, because literally whenever I go back to Nigeria, all of the local people around pigeon, pigeon. So that's just how you just interact with whether it's like the market sellers, the people on the streets, and everything like that. What does Breaking Bad rank in terms of your all-time favorite shows? Um, Top five. Not as good as Quantum Leap. Not as good as The Wire. Not as good as the first 3 seasons of 24. So might probably be fourth. Because for me, I would probably rank it as. So that's keyword favorites. Favorites. First 3 seasons of 24. Quantum Leap. The Wire. Breaking Bad. And I mean, would I put Boardwalk Empire there? Oh, gosh. Even if it sort of took a dip, got a little power, man. Got a little power. That's what they said. Favorite shows, not just best favorite shows. So as you know, power over Breaking Bad, for sure. Power over Breaking Bad, for sure. So yeah, first 3 seasons of 24, The Wire. No, sorry, first 3 seasons of 24, Quantum Leap, The Wire, Power, Breaking Bad. That's my ranking, man. Yeah, no, Game of Bricks, man. Screw that, man. Screw that, man. Yeah, no, look, man. Yeah, Friday. I told you that this Q&A is where as I said again, look, football is what I know. Football and films is what I know. But anything else, boom. Yeah, no. I mean, look, Spanish is just really easy. Like I just found because in Spanish there are not that many rules. There are so many rules in English. There's so many rules in French. There are not that many rules in Spanish. So it's just like yeah, it's pretty easy, man. Vivo en Londres por and that's right. Can I even remember how to count? So unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Is it diez? Onzo. No. Is it onzo or once? Once and I can't remember 12 or 13. Oh gosh, I've forgotten how 12 or 13 in Spanish, man. God, it's been ages. Oh, onzo. But then 12, 13, 14. What happened to 12, 13, 14? Man, actually, it's been years, man. It's been years. It's been years. Terrific. And also, like, see, it's a German. You know what? It's just that I've not really been learning much German, but from the few that I learned from German, German is also not that hard. And the thing about German is that Germans are really good at English. They speak really good English because a lot of the wordings and everything in German is very similar to English. So the only thing you don't know in German is obviously Scheiße, Guten Tag, and I think that's it. Schadenfreude. What's that? All right, let's see. So, Ishi, do you think Mara is doing a good job in Nigeria? Me personally, no. Yeah, man. I mean, look, man. Speaking to obviously my mom, folks in Nigeria as well. Like, see, one of my good friends in Nigeria, man. He ain't happy, man. The dude ain't happy. Anytime I speak to him about the stuff that's happening, is I say, bro, problems, man. So, a lot can be done, man, to improve, man. A lot can be done to improve. All right, hey, thank you, man. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it says 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ah, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So it's been ages, man. It's been ages. It's been ages. And also, like, I mean, I only know like 4 words in Japanese. So Okasa is mother. I think Otasa, is it Otasa? I think is father. Sumimase is excuse me. Origato is thank you. Origato gozaimasu is thank you very, very much. Subalashi is amazing. Nani is what? And yeah, I think those are the only things that I know, you know, in Japanese. Oh yeah, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa is obviously thinking, you know. But I say, look, if you can, go to Japan. Japan is a crazy country. Like that country is just insane, man. In terms of just the organization, how things work, how things are structured. I mean, it's Tosa. I think that's his father. It's crazy, man. You know, it's truly crazy, man. Um, all right, let's see what else I was saying, man. H, would you consider taking bribes? Um, if the bribe leads to Chelsea beating Bayern, okay. If it does, yeah. If it means to doing Brown, okay. You know, that's my thing. If it leads to them beating those dudes, then cool, man. But apart from that, man, I don't think taking bribes is the coolest thing to do, man. But yeah, man. Now, if this did happen, bro, if Neymar did come out and was injured, you know, I think like his careers would be done. Let's just keep it real. Like if he just came out and he was actually injured yet again, I think his career would be done. I think he'd be like, you know what, like I think I think we are done with you, bro. You're completely and also done with you, bro. We're completely I mean, it would be a disaster because like Mbappe's cool. I don't think Mbappe alone would be enough to see out Dortmund. I think it would be a huge dub for Dortmund, man. Do you think Barcelona will go far in the Champions League? I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. I just don't know how Barcelona really go far. I just don't know because the Camp Nou is no more a fortress, and if you're relying on Braithwaite, also Braithwaite can't even play in the Champions League. Remember, like the ruling says he can only play in La Liga in Spain. So, I just Messi has to do too much. And for me, I am surprised that is Messi made of granite or something? How has Messi played so many games? Is doing so much in games over 90 minutes, and this dude isn't injured. He isn't fatigued. Or maybe he's fatigued, but how hasn't he gotten injured yet? But yeah, like he'll just have to do way too much to take them through. Like you need a team and you need guys. You know, Messi is the only guy. You need multiple match winners to win a Champions League. Oh, that's interesting. Best band for me, Coldplay. Yeah, Coldplay Clue. Oh, Yellow. Now this is it's really for me. I think the best thing to do is for genres. I think the best rock band of all time, 100%, is Rage Against the Machine. I don't care when anyone says Rage Against the Machine, 1000% is the greatest rock band of all time. Rock rapper together. They're just as a band of rock of guitar, bass, Rage Against the Machine. Musical band, Jackson 5, man. I'll give a shout. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jackson 5. R&B, maybe Boys to Men. Rap, Trap Called Quest and because I'm actually going to do a battle. I know an ultimate battle I'm going to do is between Trap Called Quest and Wu Tang. That's tough. Best rap band, rap group. That is tough, man. That is tough. That is real tough, man. Hmm. That is tough, man. Um. All right. Let me see. So, like, even if Messi balls out, it's too much, man. It's like like, remember Messi couldn't even carry those guys from last season with the cannonball and continue through, and he's not going to get enough help from Ansu Fati and Griezmann. Like the only chance Barca have is if Ansu Fati and Griezmann raise their game, specifically Griezmann. If Griezmann just really takes his game to the next level, then okay, you know, if he takes his game to the next level, then okay, then it will be like, okay, all right, move. All right, let's see. I'm gonna. Would you say that Aaron Robin is the most underrated player of the last decade? I don't think he's underrated. As much as I would like to say he's underrated, I don't think he's underrated. But underappreciated. I think that's a better word. I think underappreciated. In the word. I think he was rated to an extent, but underappreciated is the right thing. Underappreciated is the right thing, man. I think that's the right word, man. All right. Worst TV series? Worst TV series you've seen? I've seen. I was never a fan of Friends, man. Now I wouldn't call it the worst, but definitely that's definitely the most overrated TV series is his Friends. I was like, I mean, bro, it's just a bunch of dudes just having laughs. Like, why is this so fun? I mean, yeah, there are a few humorous moments, but I mean, geez, you know, I have no idea. Um, H, why are people hating on our boy Uncle Moo? I have no idea. I have no idea. I just think people just Mourinho will never change. Mourinho is never Mourinho will always be what Mourinho is. He will never ever change. So you trying to enforce a change of Mourinho just doesn't it simply doesn't make any sense. It simply doesn't make any sense trying to make a change for Mourinho. He's always going to be pragmatic. He's always going to take the tactical way. And when he was hired, Mourinho is very stubborn. There's no way Mourinho is going to like, okay, let me now change because people are now saying that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Oh yeah, no, Metallica is amazing, man. I think Metallica's song for Mission Impossible 2. That's on my playlist. That's on my playlist. That song is deep, man. That's a hard song, man. That song is deep, man. And yeah, they got a great drummer, man. Great drummer. All right. Best best TV series ever. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was cool, man. I didn't actually even watch all the shows, but Everybody Hates Chris was cool. That was cool, man. And that was a really good actor, man. And I was surprised that I suppose that there was a finite amount of stuff that they could have done because it's just based on like real stuff. But yeah, no, that was funny though. But is it funny than Boondocks? Boondocks is like on a whole other level, man. Boondocks is on a whole other level, bro. On a whole other flipping level right now. Um, but as I told you about, like my musical tastes are very varied. I can go from a Pheromone to a Michael Jackson to a Soundgarden to a Slipknot. Like I have like four Slipknot tracks on my on my title playlist, and I just think that for me, like it depends on the mood. I mean, there are times when I just need really hard metal rock. Really hard metal rock. And I even remember in school because before I entered school, shout out to this dude um, who was my roommate. So before I entered school, I was all about rap, 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 because in my stupid, immature mind, I was like, hey man, I'm black. I should only listen to rap. Rock are for white people, rap are for black people, even though blacks actually created the foundation of rock through blues. But I was like, man, rap is black and everything. So this guy that I was rooming with, he was obviously way into rock. Obviously, I was obviously into rap. The first rock song the first rock I listened to was Rage Against the Machine. And the first rock song I liked was Pistol Grip Pump, Rage Against the Machine against for their remix album. And from then I was like, whoa. And then I didn't know, wait a minute, like there are even pop songs I like. So I'm into there's rap. The only genre that I'm not really feeling is maybe country music, But yeah, for me, rap, rock, grunge music, man, like Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's first two albums, quality. The other ones, but Pearl Jam's first two albums, amazing, man. Absolutely amazing, man. Yeah, yeah. System of a Down was it was. I think they just had that one good album. It's like break up, break up. One or two. Break up. No. Yeah, man. And also, I've always said this, man. Say all you want about Fred Dust and everything. Chocolate Starfish, Hot Dog Flavored Water. That's a really good album. That is a really good album. For what it was, that's a really good album, man. That is a really, really good album, man. Quality album, man. Yeah, no, for me, I never watched City. Ben 10 was after me, man. But action cartoon, character, best action cartoon of all time. Action cartoon. I don't think it's as good as Thundercats, bro. For action, Thundercats was pretty damn good. Also, if you want to bring anime into it, nothing beats Dragon Ball Z. Like in terms of quality of action, like I'm going to do my review of the Broly film Dragon Ball Super. In terms of action, like what's the kinds of the way they did the battles and some of those Dragon Ball Z things, insane. Like it took things to another level that Western media just couldn't do it. So like that's all. Like some of those battles, the Japanese ones, not when it was English dub, the Japanese battles, I was like, man, this stuff is insane. This stuff is insane, man. Um, you see, for me, yeah, I tried watching Rick and Morty. I just couldn't get into it, man. It's like for me, like my cartoon goats, Summon Jerry, Dexter's Lab, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ren and Stimpy. Um, for me, yeah, those are the goats, man. Those are the goats. For me, 100%, man. Um, all right, let's see what it is saying, man. Wait, you know what? Cow and chicken was a bit too weird for me. You know what? I need to go back to Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is something that I miss. Oh my god. Top Cat. Top Cat. It is in the Top Cat. Your friends gather, call them to see. No, no, bad thing, no, no, the Top Cat. He's the leader of the gang. In the name is a tip to the championship. He's the most tip top cat. No, top cats. No, quality, but that's top cat is my guy, man. But Tom and Jerry, eh, for me, I would say one of the best intro songs. A bit crazy. We are the Animaniacs. Got the pay for play contracts. The Animaniacs. Universe. No. You know, that intro song was money. But Tom and Jerry is the best cartoon of all time. Is the best cartoon of all time. Like how you're able to create such amazing comedy with no words spoken and no dialogue is insane. You know, Tom and Jerry just for me, it is the greatest cartoon show of all time. Greatest cartoon show of all time, easily, man. Like it's one of those things that you can still watch Tom and Jerry now and still laugh. You see, my friend is really into SpongeBob. I think SpongeBob. I just never got it. And I remember I would watch SpongeBob with him and everything, and I just never really got it. You know, for me, like you know, Ren and Stimpy is really underrated. Just that it's very extreme, and I just like Ren and Stimpy because Ren and Stimpy is very creative. But Ren and Stimpy, man, is damn good. And shout out to Daffy Duck, man. Daffy Duck is the goat, man. you know, Daffy Duck is the goat, man. You know, that guy was just. I mean, Daffy Duck is just wild, man. Oh yeah, what's it called? Oh, Tweety Bird. Oh, Tweety Bird. Oh, Tweety Bird. Sure. Man, there's some funny cartoons, man. You see, kids these days, man, you miss it on some quality cartoons. You miss it on some quality cartoons. You see, the thing about South Park is this. South Park is very rude. It's very rude. I mean, these guys are rude. So I've never been into South Park. I think South Park, I'm like, okay, this is a bit too extreme for me. But South Park did an episode about the new Indiana Jones film. Because first of all, remember, this was coming off me being pissed off with how crap Crystal Skull was. And they did they did a skit about with George Lucas and Spielberg. My lord, if these guys had watched this episode and they did a thing of so there was a scenario where they made George Lucas and Spielberg rape Indiana Jones. And I was like, because that is how I felt is what they did to the Indiana Jones franchise. So when and also because they had like Southern accents as well and everything, I was like, this is the most darkest, messed up, twisted, but as twisted and as screwed up as this is, I couldn't help but laugh. But I was like, as I was laughing, I was like, my God, this is messed up. But I felt like that's how what they did, man. Yeah. No, but I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog is very underrated, man. And I always forget that. Like, I was always saying about Courage the Cowardly Dog is like, isn't this a bit dark for isn't this a bit dark for kids? Because I think remember Le Quack. I don't know how many of you guys remember Le Quack. I was like, what the hell? This is messed. This is dark. This is really dark, man. You see, the thing about Family Guy is this. Family Guy is all about Stewie Griffin. Like Stewie Griffin, I'm like, you know what? Like, yeah, like that's a good one. There's something like sometimes they can do some funny stuff, but Stewie Griffin, I'm like, yeah, like that's that dude, man. Best superhero show you've ever watched, easily. You see, it's a toss up between Spider Man and X Men on the Fox series. I think overall, in terms of the animation quality, consistency, storytelling, I would say Spider Man. But in terms of mainly storytelling, X Men. Some of the stories they did in X Men and how deep they did went into some of those X Men stuff. But I say no, a lot of those episodes in X Men was is better than anything in those garbage films by Brian Singer, easily. But like now, man, like we see when Spider Man fought Venom in some of those episodes, I was like, bro, and how Venom beat the living crap out of a Spider Man. Remember the episode when Spider Man turns into a spider? I think that was one with Morbius, I think. Because there was one when he actually turned into a little spider. I was like, wow. Because that's Spider Man series, it never really dipped. It's always went all the way through. But no, that X-Men thing was in terms of just storytelling for kids. I was about to say, no, this is some pretty deep stuff that went into like racism, prejudice, identity, and so forth, man. So, do you think Halo is almost the best game franchise? I mean, it's a tough one in terms of what is the best game franchise. That is a tough one because there's never been a bigger release than Halo 2. Halo 2 was the biggest game release ever. There's not been a big, even all the GTs and everything, that Halo 2 release, Halo 2 2004 game release, your boy Master Chief with the two dual wielding guns, biggest game release of all time, But I think so. The best game franchise, I mean, guys, you might have to say Mario. In terms of consistency and quality, you may have to say Mario. You may have to say Mario. Mario may be the because Mario because like what's it called? I played Mario Galaxy. Guys, Mario Galaxy is bloody good. Mario Galaxy was bloody good. I need to get a Switch. Just I'm saving up on cash because guys have said that the new Zelda game on Switch is insane, and I do need to play the new Zelda game and the new Mario game on the Switch. But Mario Galaxy was damn good, man. You see, Call of Duty is the most overrated game franchise, 100%. You fools. They change one little thing and you pay $40 or £40 or $60 for the game, and you pay another $30 more for DLC. DLC is the biggest ripoff of all time. All right, Infinity Man. See you, man. Peace, bro. Peace, bro. Have a good night, bro. Yo, thingy. Oh, bro, that first Zelda game. So the God of War, man. I think I messed up somehow because I didn't level up. That Valkyrie prick, man. I was like, you know what? That woman basically lubricated me before I could even think. But I think I forgot to level up and actually improve my guy's ability. So I just get lubricated in it. So I need to try and sort that one out. If you're talking to A Link to the Past, yes. A Link to the Past, yes. But you know what? Zelda Ocarina. No, Zelda. What's it called? Wind Waker. Wind Waker is a very underrated game. Wind Waker is flipping good. But you know the annoying thing about Zelda? This is why I'm always very careful about when I play Zelda. There are some places where I will be stuck on Zelda for like a week. And when I find out what I had to do when I get stuck, there was one puzzle where like, what I do? Do I go left? Do I go right? I was waiting for a week. I would travel to another planet, go in and out. All I had to do was just walk a few steps and just do and just press B. I was like, what? That was it? Bruh. The way you'd get stuck on some Zelda games, man, is just insane. Absolutely insane, man. Hey, look, man. Look, Chelsea. Oh, we'll see. I got look, man. You know what? So let me head out, man. So Saturday, there is. I might do a live stream on Twitch. I might do a live stream on Twitch. So yeah, I might do that. So I might live stream on Twitch. So if you want to watch the game with me live, follow me on Twitch, and I will do a live stream on Twitch. After the game, post-match analysis, Chelsea Sports, whatever happens, will be live. So post-match analysis will be live straight after the game, Chelsea against Spurs, 10 p.m. GMT. That is the open hangout. Follow me on Twitter. I will put out the link, click on Twitter, and get past the open hangout. Lost to discuss, Champions League review, Champions League preview. Then on Sunday, we've got the boys. Your boy BD better be there. I know you're going to talk about Haaland. And then we'll then do a thing there. So Sunday hangouts, 11 p.m. GMT. That's how we roll. Peace out. Stay true. Peace.